Before we begin this morning's program, I would ask that the people in the front please move back to your seats so that we can have everybody have a good view of the graduation. If the people in the front area could move to your seats, we would appreciate it. It's my pleasure to introduce Senior Class President Mike Hakeem to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Michael?
Would the audience please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Place your right hand over your heart.
Take your time, Mike. Just wait now. Okay, go ahead.
Ready? Begin. Good morning. It is with pride and great pleasure that I welcome you to this special occasion. Thank you, board members, faculty, administration, Mr. Bushman, family, and friends. Behind me is the Beverly Hills graduating class of 1995. Now that we have reached this milestone in our lives, nothing will ever be the same. Today is the last time we will stand unified as students of Beverly. In the future, we may again be unified as alumni of Beverly. Growing up, we sometimes ask ourselves, what do I want to be when I grow up? When I was 5 years old, I wanted to be a superhero. When I was 10 years old, I wanted to be a professional football player. When I was 15 years old, I did not care what I wanted to be because all I wanted was to be 16 years old. Now is the time we need to realize what we are really going to do with our lives. At 18 years of age, I'm legally an adult, no longer under the wings of my parents, and now learning to be on my own, with their expense, of course. I will work to support my community and become successful to repay my parents and to make them proud. Beverly Hills High School has set the foundation for our future, and in college, we have the opportunity to build on it. There are many paths which we could have traveled, and we have taken advantage of many choices that have helped us to expand our knowledge. To be in the most diverse school in the world, we have learned to accept and share differences, which has taught us to value each other's individuality. Through the years, we have built lifelong friendships and memorable experiences, as well as journeying through difficult moments of indecision and awkwardness. As freshmen, we remember the times running late to class and your backpack falls apart, or the time when you tripped down the stairs when a senior bumped you. People change, friends change, you change. But no matter what the goal or accomplishment we have reached is, somebody has been there to help and to support us. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the most well-rounded students in the history of Beverly Hills High School.
Beverly Hills High School, class of 1995. This is it. We have reached the end. A miraculous change is going to occur once we step off the risers and accept our diplomas from our counselors. All our lives we were treated as children, but as soon as those pieces of paper hit the palms of our hands, we will be adults. It was bound to happen sometime in the future, but did you have any idea the future was this near? ADULTS. Kind of frightening, isn't it? We are going to be in charge. Who knows? Maybe one of us will become president. That is, if we haven't done something which the American people will look down upon in the future. So, we could have smoked pot, but not inhaled. Or should we choose the House speakership over the presidency, it would be acceptable to marry our English teachers. So here we are, on the very last day of our semi-free education, and feeling we need to be retrained in the use of a potty. Is this really the last chance to say, when I grow up? Do we really want to grow up? Why not stay young and carefree? Have no worries and just have fun. Can you imagine staying in high school forever? Yes, some of us came close to at least another year, but we made it. Still, should we grow up? Growing up entails responsibility, something our parents have accused us of not having, since we let our younger siblings explore how the oven works or find out what Clorox and Windex taste like. Yes, growing up is something many consider us unfit to do. So, why do it? Couldn't we be adults by age and governmental and social requirements only? Couldn't we regress to when everything was simple? Now, I don't mean that we should never get a job and live with our parents for all eternity. We could be productive, contributing members of society without growing up. Doing this would include being exposed to the big bad realities of the world, but what is there that we don't already know and haven't for years? How can we be expected to get along when we know nothing? Even without being as innocent as children, we would still need our parents' continuing support in achieving the goal of making a better world. For example, having our mommies put our midyear reports on the refrigerator to constantly remind us of what a wonderful job we're doing and how proud our parents are of us. Because our mom displayed even the most gruesome creations when we were in kindergarten and told us how wonderful they were, we all had high self-esteem. Can you imagine what it would be like in a world in which everyone had high self-esteem? If everyone respected themselves, everyone else will respect them as well. What would happen if mutual respect ran rampant in this world? No more prejudice. Everyone judged for what they did and who they were, not by the fact that their great-grandfather's, uncle's, cousin's wife was the neighbor to a member of a group that wasn't politically correct at the moment. What if we actually tried to answer kids' questions instead of ignoring them? What if people actually tried to figure out why the sky was blue and in the process found a way to patch the ozone? Can't we be childlike but not childish? Can't we love this world and work to make it a better place for everyone, not just ourselves? Yes, that does include compromise, but we're young. We can learn. And although you may not be able to teach an old dog new tricks, it has been scientifically proven that you can teach an old human new tricks. So why can't everyone learn from children as we expect everyone to learn from us? Could it be that just because we've lived longer, we think we know more? In such things as math and science, we do. But young children who haven't been ruined by society have a lot to share. From children, we can learn to accept people of different backgrounds. From children, we can learn to take pride in what we do, even if it can't be hung on the refrigerator. We can learn to live on this planet and not just take from it, but to give back. There is so much grown-ups can learn from children. We, the class of 95, could really make a difference if we just remember what it was like to be a child and don't make the mistake most adults make by thinking kids don't know anything. They do. And if we, students, parents, teachers, just take the time to listen and remember, life could begin to be a little more pleasant. So this may be the last chance to say when I grow up, but I don't want to.
some circles, they call us Generation X. They say that we have no purpose. We're slackers. But when we were itsy-bitsies looking up at our parents from the crib, I don't remember ever gurgling, "When I grow up, I want to be remembered for not achieving anything." I do remember when I was little, how I used to tell my mom that when I grew up, I wanted to become a famous gymnast. As I got older, my ideas changed on how I wanted to spend the rest of my life. Some years I considered being a lawyer, and others I wanted to be a journalist. The only difference between my aspirations now and those when I was a kid is that now it seems like it's every other day that I change my life goals, not every other year. Every Thursday night after I watch my favorite doctor drama, I want to go to medical school. And then the next morning, I read an article in the newspaper about the increase in HIV infection rates, and I want to become an AIDS researcher. But it's not the lure of the guts and glory of TV that supposedly defines Generation X, or some momentary spurt of grief over lost lives. It's that I'm at an age where I have a probably overambitious desire to help the world. We live in a time when young people are dying because they may have made a mistake, and the thought that one mistake can ruin the rest of our lives is incredibly alarming, especially to a generation whose parents grew up in a time when free love was the trend. It's strange how, as you get older, you sometimes get more confused about what your role exactly is. Maybe it's a sign of maturity or an open-mindedness that lets you think of more possibilities. But whatever it is, we are really at a pretty scary age. Until now, it's always been, when I grow up, I want to do this, or I want to be that. But the truth is that we can't say this for much longer. As high school ends and college transforms from a looming but distant enigma into something very real and less than 3 months away, we start to realize that we are almost at that formerly lofty age. We're almost grown-ups. And whereas we used to be able to change our life goals daily, and our parents thought that our fickleness was cute, we are now ourselves concerned when we think about our indecisiveness about the future. This may be our last chance to say, when I grow up. But the point isn't to scare ourselves about the immediacy of our future. We need to find solace in the fact that every adult has gone through this. But what they may not have learned, and what we need to understand, is that we should savor this stage. We need to say, when I grow up, with authority and confidence. We need to prove that we are not Generation X. We do have a purpose, and that is to achieve and to create a better world. Though we may sometimes be frustrated because we're not kids anymore, but then again, we're not completely grown up. We need to take a step back and realize what we have and what we have experienced. We are at such a delicate point. We have already made decisions that will impact the rest of our lives, yet we have yet to live them. We may think we know what we want to do, but many of us may end up doing things we haven't even conceived of yet. We're at this focal point where we can look back and decide if we want to continue as we are, or if we've been completely wrong, learn from our mistakes, and go on. In reality, we'll probably do both. We'll be able to change a little, yet maintain much of the foundation which we've already formed. When I grow up, I want to retain part of what I'm thinking right now. I want to always know the sentimentality and abandonment and optimism of my age, even and especially when I am an adult. We need to remember all of our high school experiences, whether they may be in sports or highlights, or just going to football games with friends. We need to know that as much as we have complained about being in high school, we have had incredible times here, and we've received a wonderful academic and social experience. Students from other schools may say, when I grow up, I want to live in a world where I can experience some sense of unity, equality, freedom from prejudice. Beverly is by no means perfect, but it does embrace these qualities. When we grow up, we'll have experienced something that people from other schools may only hope to experience at some point in their lives. We've been through riots, earthquakes, bombings, and violence, yet we still know how to make the best of what we have. Through all these, and the more common and less significant trials and tribulations of everyday life, we've turned to our unity as a people to make things better. This is our last chance to say, when I grow up. So say it, knowing that the process of getting to that statement has been a memorable and special one. Say it knowing how much we've been through, and our tremendous strength for going through all that. Say it realizing the obstacles you will have to face when you do grow up, but acknowledging that your experiences so far will help you. Say it because this is it. You're at that turning point, and pretty soon you will be all grown up. Appreciate your age, and remember, you don't know what you've got till it's gone. So grab on, the training wheels are coming off, and the real ride is just beginning.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. Suddenly life is so uncertain.
As we now bring down the curtain after such a long career.
And I don't know why I feel this way. Will the future bring a better day? Is it now all over? Or has it just begun? Lift me up and rise. I'll meet you at the gate of the sun. And I've had my heart broken.
I have learned what stays unspoken.
I have had my 15 minutes, and I've loved with all my soul. You've told me your whole story, and you've always been there for me. And so I'll go there and you'll stay here, but we'll never be apart. Lift me up and rise. I'll meet you at the gate of the sun.
So take my hand to reach me. You're the only one. Take my hand to lead me onto the sun.
Lift me up and rise. I'll meet you at the gate of the sun. I'll meet you at the gate of the sun.
A special thank you to Richard Farmer and Joel Pressman for the great work that you do with the Performing Arts Department. Thank you. As principal, I have the honor to present our platform guest. However, before I do that, I want to pay special tribute to the teaching staff members who are in the audience. On behalf of the entire school community, I would like to thank them for their commitment to a life's work of educating young people. A special thank you to retiring teachers and administrators, Marilyn Williger, Opal Stevens, Frank Memmer, and Margaret Leeds. Would you join me in applauding them? Seated in their colorful robes are department chairpersons, counselors, class sponsors, and administrators who have been privileged to work with this graduating class. Would you join me in recognizing their special contributions? Please stand. Seated on the platform are also members of the Board of Education who in these difficult times provide the leadership required to maintain the quality of our educational program. Month after month, I've seen their commitment, dedication, and tireless efforts on behalf of the school district. Mr. A.J. Wilmer, President, Mrs. Joanne Copeland, Vice President, Dr. Phil Harris, Ms. Lillian Raffel, Mr. Richard Stone, Superintendent Saul Levine, and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Bert Perlman. Would you please join me in welcoming them? Also, a very special thank you to the custodial, secretarial, and maintenance staff, and the gardeners for the outstanding contribution to today's event. Thank you. Also, a very special thank you to Rick Munitz, who coordinates this entire program. Thank you, Rick. Today's graduation theme is When I Grow Up. Growing up is a lifelong process, an ongoing, never-ending process which brings experiences and constant change into our lives. The process of growing up is most often associated with childhood. We all want our children to grow up. However, I contend we should never fully grow up. Life should forever be a growing up experience. We should strive to maintain the spontaneity and excitement of childhood throughout our adult lives. Danielle expressed it so well when she said, "We, the class of 1995, could really make a difference if we just remember what it was like to be a child." I agree with her. We should continue to be childlike, to try new things, and enthusiastically embrace the changes we encounter in the growing up process. As Allison said, we're almost grown up, but we're still going through the process. We still have a chance to change. A decision to change is a decision to take a risk. Change demands a step from the familiar to the unfamiliar, from comfort to discomfort, from security to insecurity. It requires confidence, commitment, sacrifice, determination, and self-discipline. In changing, we must be able to tolerate anxiety and uncertainty. Pretty scary stuff. However, graduates, change doesn't have to be frightening or scary. It's neither good nor bad, hard nor easy. Change is not a feeling or an emotion. Change is simply a process. It's a natural part of living. How we react to it is a personal decision. We make the choice of which emotional label we stick on it. We decide whether to embrace change or do battle with it. If we really want to change, we must have the kind of desire that is wanting something so much that we're willing to comfort our fears to get it. The fear of failure, the fear of sacrifice, the fear of commitment. Along with this desire, class of 1995, it is important that we strongly believe we will succeed at change. Beliefs are merely mental pictures we create and choose to accept. If we believe we will fail, then we will. If we believe success is possible, then it is already ours. If belief and desire propel us forward, it is our knowledge that guides us on this path of change. A path or a plan for change is a strategy for achieving results. A good plan breaks the process of change into a number of steps. It provides a home base for us to come back to if we get sidetracked, and it includes specific contingency plans for overcoming problems we might encounter. However, one will experience setbacks, for they are necessary ingredients of change. Ultimately, one's success at change hinges on the ability to become stronger from your setbacks, to view them as providing valuable information regarding what doesn't work in order that one can further refine goal-directed behavior. Every setback is a lesson, and every lesson is an opportunity to get closer to your goal. Unfortunately, some people use setbacks as an excuse to quit. We sometimes sabotage our attempts to change by not acknowledging the small successes along the way that are essential to accomplishing the larger goals. It is important to reward the process of change as much as the end result. Feeling good about our ongoing accomplishments is the best way to keep us going forward. Let's celebrate the opportunities for change that we've had and all experienced at Beverly Hills High School. Let's celebrate your change from adolescent to young adult, from high school student to high school graduate. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 1995. Mr. Wilmer, you are the representative of the governing board of this school district. The members of the class have fulfilled the requirements as prescribed by the state of California and the Board of Education, and I recommend that they be granted diplomas of graduation.
I'm not about to disagree. Good morning. Isn't this just absolutely tremendous? Not just graduating from high school, but graduating from Beverly. I claim that among those young adults behind me, you are seeing many of the shakers and movers of the 21st century. And that's an amazing claim to be able to make. I'm delighted to be here representing the Board of Education, and I ask my fellow members, isn't this what it's all about? It's absolutely wonderful. I know that the 4 years of high school went very quickly, but what an achievement it's been, what a passing. Our students' theme, "When I Grow Up," is this the last time they get to say or think that? In most ways, I suspect yes, but in some ways, I hope not. Your sons, your daughters, have not just learned to read and write and compute and problem solve, but they've become compassionate, humane citizens of our community. They've grown up. I know that every one of the young men and women graduating today has learned the universal lesson that you have to take responsibility for your own actions. They've grown up. But on a day of accomplishment like today, taking responsibility means that you get to take credit for your accomplishments as well. They're graduating from a great school. We must always acknowledge our superb teachers, caring administrators, and the staff who maintain the learning environment. But today, we acknowledge the students who value learning, and thanks to you, the families that gave them those values. Today is a day of transition. The students of the graduating class of 1995 will do more than take responsibility for their actions. Today, they start making decisions on their own that will direct the rest of their lives. Yes, they've grown up. We hope they don't have to overcome obstacles, but are able to take advantage of opportunities. We hope they don't fear the future, but are excited by the challenges awaiting them. There's a lot of serendipity to life, opportunities that need to be grabbed and taken advantage of, and that sometimes demand some risk-taking. I think those are the opportunities of youth, and you grow out of youth. So I hope the young men and women behind me are still sometimes able to say, "When I grow up." We need the dreams and aspirations of youth. It is the realization of those dreams and the fulfillment of those aspirations that will make this world a better place. That's the role of youth. To conclude, I would like to thank the community of Beverly Hills for continuing to value and support one of the best public schools in the world. You're getting your reward today. You're getting your reward for that support today. I repeat, many who are graduating today will be the shakers and movers of the 21st century. They have grown up, and they are our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilmer. I also want to say thank you to our security staff and the Beverly Hills Police Department who assist in this wonderful event. Thank you, security. Thank you to the Beverly Hills Police Department. At this time, we will now have the roll call of graduates and the awarding of diplomas by our Board of Education.
Yeah. Yeah, let's move and shake.
As we call the final roll, we wish these graduates of 1995 good luck. If the audience would please allow us to call each name and give them their due respect. Nerika Deborah Mesjetti.
Summer Williamson.
Aviva Mesjetti.
Brooke Alexandra Weiland.
Joshua Daniel Klein.
Sohail Yamini.
David Moon.
Daniel James Whalen.
Cesar Marrera.
Jack Yadigar.
Sherry Mesjetti.
John Yagubier.
Raphael Albert Muscatel.
Dejana Dawn Wright.
Irene Mason.
Nicholas Edward Williams.
Zachariah Ezekiel Mura.
Itir Yakar.
Sean Charles Andrew Mulray.
Sharon Yerushalmi.
Ingrid Lizette Medrano.
James Chi Sing Yen.
Mercedes Augustin Montano.
Tammy Lynn Yoshimoto.
Jody Ann Meyer.
Taj Derek Smith.
Babak Nasirizada.
Rufina Yurieva.
Meredith Catherine Miller.
Amir Zaranpar.
Stephen Gregory Molitz.
Sherry Sharona Zarnigan.
Jason Howard Monkarsh.
Jordan Gabriel Zlotalo.
Barbara Moskovich.
Daniel Paul Zussman.
Tanya Lerner.
Carey Lee Steele.
Martin Kodavarian.
Chris Taflanidis.
Amy Aaron Levy.
Shauna Ladine Summers.
Angela Michelle Levy.
Donovan Cruz Tampinko.
Stephen David Lonseth.
Elizabeth Tehrani.
Joycelyn Hoyen Lee.
Harlan Scott Toplitsky.
Roberto Lopez.
Romina Tehranizadeh.
Louise Christina Lieberman.
Justin Bryce Trugman.
Matan Hillel Lurie.
Elham Torbati.
Shannon Mariah Lieberman.
Luis Ernesto Tercios.
Jarrett Anton McDonald.
Andrea Berkeley Christiana Tsanis.
Sue Young Lim.
Nicholas Tzanis.
Sean Masudi.
Marmar Vasegi.
Stacy Karen Lynn.
Andrew Mark Ungvari.
Sydney Matalan.
Arezu Vatankahan.
Shelley Litvak.
Russell Alexander Ver.
Donald Joseph McGill.
Shamsha Anwar Velani.
Sunshine Marguerite Glateres.
Lawrence M. Vavra.
Billy Christian McGriff.
Claudia Fabiola Velis Reyes.
Hedia Mahobi Bard.
Aaron Virgo.
William Christian D'Angelo McNeil.
Farnaz Vojdani.
Malak Malaka.
Christopher Alexander Wallace.
Jan Michael Vincent Shaw Medina.
Ashley Whitaker.
Sarah Malakamati.
Jeremy Dan Weinstein.
Mark Bernard Landver.
Malia Nicole Watkins.
Merdad Monsef.
Adam J. Weissman.
Efrat Mansour.
Kathy Can Wen.
Davis Lou Kim.
Aaron Ace Wellman.
Eric Victor Kraft.
Julia Wang.
Kayong Lee,
Sharon Sheffer,
Arash Kakashui,
Liberty Lee Jones Shapiro,
Francis Kessler,
Sharam Isaac Shokrian,
Justin Micah Locke,
Cindy Shen,
Janet Juyong Lee Kim,
Kevin Solani,
Henry Lau,
Svetlana Shmulevich,
Hilla Kimia,
David Howard Sindel,
Ryan Wilson King,
Lisa Beth Schulman,
Vivian King,
Jae Yoon Yu,
Ahmed Mordecai Ravi,
Yovanka Stephanie Siahaya,
Elise Natalie Klein,
Barry Richard Sobin,
Andrew William Klein,
Nilufar Siman,
Michelle Lee Klein,
Armin Soleimani,
Amanda Lynn Cricken,
Natalie, Robin Soleimanajam,
Vietu Lee,
Melinda Rose Sobel,
Anjali Kumar,
Kambi Surasrafil,
Andrew Wusong Kwan,
Anel Gabriela Solorio,
Kamini Kumar,
Joshua Justin Spiegel,
Brayman Nakamoto Lacerna,
Roshi Sultan Ramati,
Emily Kwang,
Ophir Stern,
Arik Lehner,
Kitsudar Somchana,
Helen Lee,
Spencer Trent Susser,
Magad Yusuri McHale,
Sasha Elizabeth Spalding,
Julie Yumiko Lee,
David Randolph Swan,
Cassidy Ian Hoban,
Lalana Srisorn,
Oren Tamir Gutman,
Mehran Taban,
Guillermo Bicalio Gomares,
Diana Carter Stadlin. Okay.
I would like to ask the people that are in the front of the area to please return to your seats and sit down. We have photographers on both sides taking pictures. There are people that cannot see behind you. In respect to those people, I would ask you to return to your seats, and then we will go forward with the calling of roll.
Roxanne Victoria Franklin,
Meryar Taban,
Morris Gadisha,
Payam Shayan,
Lauren Ashley Friedman,
Jenny Faye Schaefer,
Jordan Michael Geller,
Alan Isaac Shamulian,
Agada Gaeta,
Efrat Shaulian,
Lee,
Melinda Rose Sobel,
Anjali Kumar,
Kambi Surasrafil,
Andrew Wusong Kwan,
Anel Gabriela Solorio,
Kamini Kumar,
Joshua Justin Spiegel,
Brayman Nakamoto Lacerna,
Roshi Sultan Ramati,
Emily Kwang,
Ophir Stern,
Arik Lehner,
Kitsudar Somchana,
Helen Lee,
Spencer Trent Susser,
Magad Yusuri McHale,
Sasha Elizabeth Spalding,
Julie Yumiko Lee,
David Randolph Swan,
Cassidy Ian Hoban,
Lalana Srisorn,
Oren Tamir Gutman,
Mehran Taban,
Guillermo Bicalio Gomares,
Diana Carter Stadlin. Okay.
I would like to ask the people that are in the front of the area to please return to your seats and sit down. We have photographers on both sides taking pictures. There are people that cannot see behind you. In respect to those people, I would ask you to return to your seats, and then we will go forward with the calling of roll.
Roxanne Victoria Franklin.
Meryar Taban.
Morris Gadisha.
Payam Shayan.
Lauren Ashley Friedman.
Jenny Faye Schaefer.
Jordan Michael Geller.
Alan Isaac Shamulian.
Agada Gaeta.
Efrat Shaulian.
Ryan Jenner Francis III.
Omid Shae.
Song E. Kong.
Sharare Sherry Saidian.
David Yakov Gorgin.
Jonathan David Rosenblatt.
Maricela Carolina Garcia.
Karine Santos.
Navid Golian.
David Michael Ross.
Azadeh Azi Ganuni.
Sheila Sarafzadeh.
Andre Leon Gill.
David Christopher Royce.
One of the things that I pride myself in doing is having wonderful assembly programs for the students. We need the people in the front to return to the seats. It is very important. And we will wait until we will wait.
I can give you a big kiss.
There are photographers on both sides taking pictures, and we'll have the best shot in the house by both of these photographers. If we could move over a little on that side, please. It's very important.
Aren't you lucky you're standing here for 5 minutes?
Okay, thank you very much. The students are behaving very well, and I know we can out there.
Myra Sodai.
Deborah Michelle Gotzian.
Brandon David Ruben.
Michael Paul Goldblatt.
Nicole Cynthia Shore.
Catherine Valerie Glick.
Babak Bobby Saadian.
Peter Jan Gapako. Amy Jane Godsick.
Marisa Renee Schulman.
Takatoshi Goto.
Michael Sadikpour.
Gabrielle Nicole Gray.
Sheila Sedigian.
Stephen Eric Grant.
John Anthony Samonte.
Avril Dion Gross.
Albert Thomas Santos.
Jason Adam Green.
Ivan Taku Sato.
Johanna Isabel Guerra.
Alexander Samuel Schondorf.
Jeffrey Nicholas Greenberg.
Mark Benjamin Schwartz.
Rebecca Hekmat Ravan.
Felix Chang Yun Seo.
Darren Frederick Greenlee.
Daniel Lawrence Rose.
Michelle Hurst.
Nagme Zakizadeh.
Daniel S. Gez.
Daniel Feller Rosenberg.
Adam Jason Gromfin.
Jordan Michael Rosen.
Rona Denis Ezer.
Imbar Sagi.
Miriam Ferdman.
Tamara Jill Porter.
Pedram Ebrahimian.
Shariar Shan Ohepsian.
Angeli Abraham Akavan.
Sonia Sarah Parviziar.
Maziar Ebrahimi.
Oliver Omidvar.
Michelle Ann Edelman.
Shirin Hana Pashai.
Michael Frederick Eisenstein.
Emmanuel Orlando.
Arvon Elihu.
Neda Rebecca Partielli.
KG O. Ellis.
Boris Orlov.
Farbad Elihu.
Catherine Kathy Rabian.
Lynn Marie Embry.
Andrew Seth Padnick.
Pedram Inanyati.
Natalie Vivian Rafi,
Doris Imrani,
Amin Pakachian,
Sharu Sam Dadfaran,
Tammy Beth Randall,
Meredith Taylor Engelstein,
Alan Kwan Kwok Pang,
Jose Oscar Espinoza Gutierrez,
Samira Rastegar,
J. Brett Forbes,
Nicholas Brockway Paonesa,
Shmuel Moeshe Ezran,
Jaina Elizabeth Rausch,
Adele Tay Fabricant,
Behdad Ben Peikar,
Puya Fahimian,
Jennifer Lee Ray,
Giselle Fahimian,
Eddie Fernando Pineda,
Jason Farhami,
Tiffany Mylisha Robbins,
Ronit Ann Farkas,
Jonathan Daniel Popkin,
Jonas James Farley,
Joy Robinson,
Deshanka Noel Fasiska,
Sharam Purabani,
Adam Scott Fleiner,
Valerie Patricia Roche,
Micheline Zipporah Ben-Levy,
Ryan Ashley Raskin,
Evelyn Gina Kim,
Denise Roshani,
Damian Alexandra Carrasco Zanini,
Michael Rastegar,
Tae Chung,
Sharon Rothstein,
Christopher John Chandler,
Eunice Park,
Youngji Chu,
Sean Ninrat,
Terry Tae Young Cho,
Mary Chang Park,
Amy Chung,
Luciano Augusto Noble II,
Aaron Leslie Cohen,
Ramin Jacob Naharaof,
Yaron Aaron Cohen,
Keiko Namihisa,
Rachel Montez Collins,
Sam Israel Naim,
Raphael Darvish,
Jennifer Alexandra Nelson,
Alicia Corona,
Saman Sam Naimian,
Nicholas Corrado,
Lily Louise Nemani,
Heather Camille Covington,
Sharona Neda Nurmand,
Michael Moshe Epstein,
Ashkan Lee Naragi,
Shirin Sarah Danielpour,
Sylvia Obaji,
Christopher Roussel Compton,
Alexis Maurice Nataf,
Angjung Christine Dong,
Nilofar Ohepsian,
Daniel David,
Arvin Nathan,
Alexandra Dubin,
Ronnie Oren,
Alan Scott Davis,
David Nazarian,
Allison Skylar Humiston,
Michelle Maisha Nicole Packnet,
Adrian Horatio Drumea,
David Nehurai,
Annie Kilyoung Kang,
Tracy Nicole Paul,
Sharam Shan Delajani,
Amit Nemanim,
Liz Suyung Kang,
Ella Panferova,
Daniel Bernard Dorn,
Trong Van Guyen,
Salim Adman,
Raphael Albert Katri,
Poya Dayani,
Hesam Kasami,
Sam Bazai,
David Matthew Conheim,
Jackie Ben Shmuel,
Blake Jeffrey Natker,
Sean Aziz Lavi,
Tavol Ip,
Isla Ben Yehuda,
Anna Sophia Karaten,
Elham Beruznia,
Kesu Kayakan,
Desiree Kashani Baruchim,
Natalie Robin Kasif,
Payam Banafshe,
Eric Stanley Ayarata,
Tanaz Asal Baruchim,
Julie Ann Castle,
Edmund Jatrell Banks,
Stephen Davud Isfani,
Setere Hila Baral,
Leon Miriam Katan,
Gregory David Baum,
Frida Elizabeth Katz,
Shorey Sarit Baral,
Jerame Lulong Jackson,
Yossi Payam Baruzan,
Peggy Pehag Kohanian,
Lauren Melissa Brooks,
Jorge Victor Jackson,
Bob Bariman,
Sigmund Esso Jackson,
Sybil Sarah Chadorchi,
Alan Michael Jacoby,
Brent Charles Avis,
Jonathan Raymar Janfaza,
Tamar Hamu,
Vincent John Wang,
Steve Bobat,
Roddy Merdad Javahari,
Ann Yi Chang,
Alan Joe,
Frank Edward Brown,
Sam Kashanian,
Li Ling Chang,
David Reza Kadavar,
Joel Adam Browning,
Iraj Cafe,
Kai Chi Chung,
Jordan Michael Cajun,
Timothy Lee Burwood,
Alex Chun Wan Kang,
Yvonne Ming Lee Chia,
Hong Ku Kang,
Daniel Eric Campos,
Young Jung Jo,
Connie Cho,
Karen Aaron Capon,
Michael Eric Karen,
Jose Luis Carrillo Jr.,
Eleanor Ji Hyung Choi,
Stephen Sasha Skylar,
Gregory Joel Abbott Jr.,
Aaron Michael Savar,
Jacqueline Abrams,
Sean Robert Benson,
John Bryden Abrams,
Caron K. Bernstein,
Tanaz Ainahori,
Quinn Evan Goldstein,
Anya Therese Kasparian,
Harley Elizabeth Hebert,
Karen Kathy Afra,
Zachary Lee Hampton,
John Joseph Afford,
Margot Ann Helfenstein,
Nazim Afsarmanesh,
Buddy Haryo Hadadari,
Farzeen Agaipour,
Lena Hicks,
Romina Rachel Agai,
Benjamin Jack Heffron,
David Akhtarzad,
Gina Susan Holtz,
Karen Rachel Amit,
Christopher Kent Hill,
Jeremy Bovalet,
Kianush Karen E. Mandel,
Kathy Katyun Arastazadeh,
James Chang Du Hong,
Michael Isaac Altschul,
Amy Charlotte Isaacs,
Sylvia Denise Arqueta,
Michael Javahari,
Shervin Amanpour,
Michelle Beth Jacobus,
Whitney Collins Miller Arnold,
Charlie Wang,
Danny Peter Engen,
Helen Naomi Jupiter,
Jennifer Karen Auspitz,
Sherrod Nahai,
Andre Antawirya,
Tracy Peyton Ann Wagner,
Ondine Sulika Azule,
Jacqueline Beth Travers,
Christian Anthony,
Shelby Claire Lewin,
Sarah Baramian,
Neil Andrew Lester,
Sherwin David Antonio,
Carla Dolores Jones,
Bambi Bracha Brana Miriam Barukoff,
Jessica Meyer,
Omid Ben Araste,
Amanda Suzanne Fenster,
Leela Ariel Bierman,
Brian Hojin Chung,
Dersu Aspiazu Garcia,
Megan Aileen Crowley, Jennifer Lynn Castleman,
Ibrahim Saab,
Maria Susanna King,
Ornit Danielle Bartov,
Allison Brandy Margolin,
Nicole Ingrid Dauta,
Michael Hakim. You're welcome.
many times in our lives have we said, "When I grow up"? We have moved well beyond the answers we have given as children. Now the statement, "When I grow up," holds much more meaning to us. It is no longer a far-off dream, but a true reality as we advance on to the next stage of our lives. As we move on to our respective colleges, "When I grow up" takes on new urgency. We need to choose majors. We need to decide on a career. We need to make decisions that will affect us the rest of our lives. But we need to be aware of what we're entering. We are starting the last time in our lives where we can freely explore the world we live in. The last time we can take a break and take a good long look at the world around us. For the last time, I would like to let you seniors know that the countdown is down to 0 days, and I'd say less than 10 minutes. Then we move on and enter yet another year of meeting new people, finding shorter ways to classes, feeling out of place, and the list goes on. As of today, Beverly is our alma mater, where we grew up and where we learned that life is an endless learning experience. Today we leave with the basics needed in order to survive in the real world, of which we have only caught half-hour glimpses of on MTV. This is not the last time we will say "when I grow up" for the graduating class of 1995. The journey has just begun, and the foundation is already built. However, we have a lot of growing up to do. We all have a lot to learn. These 4 years at Beverly have been truly unforgettable. We have learned more than ways of analyzing poetry, graphing mathematical functions, and writing about the Civil War. The faculty, staff, and administrators have taught us, helped us to understand, and tried to find the answers for us that were not readily at hand. We have been taught the importance of responsibility, of the rewards of hard work, and to keep an open mind. These are just some of the values Beverly Hills High School has instilled upon its students for more than 65 years. All 430 of us have grown for 4 of those years. We have learned from each other, and we will continue to learn and expand our horizons. I used to think of only what I was leaving behind, but now I realize that I'm not leaving anything behind. Rather, we are stepping forward into an uncertain future. Instead of fearing this uncertainty, we should embrace the challenges that lie ahead. Up until now, we were supported and guided and supported by our proud parents. Our family has always been there for us, and they will continue to support us as we make decisions on what we will do when we grow up. Only this time, they will not decide for us anymore. We will decide for ourselves. Our parents slowly let go of the bicycle, and we move on. We look back, knowing they hope and pray that we make the right turn and don't fall. We look forward, take control, and pedal as hard as we can. "When I grow up" implies that growing up is still a long way off. It's not. It's here. It's now. We are almost there, but we need to remember that we still have 4 years before we are grown up. We still have 4 years to look at the world with a wide-eyed innocence. We still have 4 years in which to explore, to gain knowledge for its own sake, to build a base from which our lives will spring from in the years to come. A wise man once said, "Don't waste the next 4 years. Don't forget to appreciate them as they go by. Don't miss the opportunity to explore, to search, to find your way. Don't forget to stop and watch the world as it goes by. And then, don't forget to decide on what you want to be when you grow up." Now, we all please rise for the alma mater. Where do I face?
Thank you.